Hi, I'm back in the studio again. You may notice I'm dressed a little warmer. It is about 44 degrees this morning in Florida, which in some areas of the country, I know that doesn't sound very cold. I'm originally from Wisconsin, so I actually know what very cold weather is. But I've lived in Florida for a very long time, and 44 degrees is now very cold for my body. It feels like it's zero to me. So anyway, I'm in the garage, I'm in my studio this morning. I don't have the space heater on, I'm just bundled up more. And I'm starting the acrylic wash phase of my painting, my second painting for my children's book. This is the painting with the elephant being lifted into the air with balloons. I already have posted one video of the mark making of this painting. So if you haven't watched that yet, go ahead and watch it after this. I will have that as the next up so you can check it out. And my plan is to show each phase of my painting and the supplies that I use in each phase of the painting. So now we're in acrylic wash, and at the end of this video, you're going to see a time lapse of the acrylic wash phase of me actually painting it. So I'm gonna give you an idea of what I'm using. Of course, I've got my mixed media paper. It's taped up on my board, my easel. And you'll see that at the end. And now I'm gonna just show you some of the other stuff I'm using. So just to get you in close here, you'll see I've got a bunch of paints out. So on this side are my acrylics that are translucent. These are all translucent. And then this side, these are the opaques. I'm not working with those yet. I've just got them laid out. And then you'll see a bunch of splotches here. And pretty much what I do is the acrylic wash, I want it to be really watery. So I'm dipping into a color, and then I'm making it as watery as I want to create drips. And you'll see in my time lapse different drips that will happen based on the thickness of the acrylics versus the water. And this is just water in here. I've got a couple other paintbrushes here, a little bit smaller paintbrush, and a little bit bigger one. So these are pretty much the size of brushes that I use, specifically on the size of paper that I'm working with. But that's pretty much what I'm doing. And I just kind of feel this out, just like I feel out all of the art that I'm working on. I stand back, any phase that I'm working on with a painting, I look at it up close, and then I go back maybe 3 feet, then back 6 feet, and then sometimes back as far as 20 feet. I want to see the difference in each depth, each distance away from the painting, so that there's something special that I'm feeling from each distance. And sometimes I'll just stand there and stare until something comes into my mind and says, you need this here. You need this color here. You need this to drip right over here. And honestly, a lot of what I'm doing, I'm not thinking at all out beyond what that brush is doing with the color on the paper. In fact, frankly, there isn't a lot of thought going into it at all. I'm freeing my mind and opening my mind and allowing that creative energy to come in and guide me. So nothing is rational, logical, and when you see the time lapse of this painting at the end, you may go, okay, it seems like each step she's making a bigger mess. But in the end, you're going to see where all of this ends up. And really what I'm trying to do is create layers of depth and interest in the painting, so that at the end, when it's done, there will be something special to see, at least in my eyes, from a distance. And as you get closer, and then when you get really close, you'll be able to actually see some of the mark making from at the way underneath, right? The very first thing. You may even see some of the sketch, pencil sketch of the elephant coming through. You will see maybe even some of the words that I've written. Some you may not be able to see, some maybe I'll cover. You'll see some of the acrylic wash will still come through. You'll see some of the acrylic glaze. You'll see some of the oil with some glazing medium in it, and then you'll see some very opaque, thicker bits of oil. So all of these layers create texture and create interest for the eye and create what I consider a super exciting painting. And that's what mixed media is all about, and that's why I love mixed media so much. So anyway, I gave you an idea of what I'm working with, the tools that I'm working with, and now you can go ahead and take a look at my time lapse for the acrylic wash phase. Have a great day.